Welcome back to Full Deck Gaming. Today I am finally reviewing Facecheck. I've been talking about this review for 6 months, so prepare to be disappointed like a girl who just got asked if she finished. Before I get into this review, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed to the channel. League of Legends content brings a lot of traffic to Full Deck, and it really does mean a lot to me that you care what I have to say. That being said, Apex Legends videos are getting a lot more subscribers, so if you are here for League of Legends, then step it up, because you're down 100 subs right now. If you enjoy the content and want to see more like it, then you know what you have to do, because every YouTube video ever slaps you in the face with it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is the advertisements that everyone sees on YouTube. This channel is not monetized at the time of this video, but I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube slaps a Facecheck ad on this video, which would be ironic considering what I'm about to say. These ads focus on getting a scouting report of the other team. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but every third-party app I have talked about on this channel has some sort of scouting report. So what sets Facecheck apart? I have no idea. Facecheck claims to be good for scouting reports on your opponent. Stick around to find out just how accurate that is. I need to make a quick shout out to the Overwolf developers and support staff of all the third-party apps and companies I've contacted reaching out for information. Overwolf has replied. I am pumped to see this. I love the customer service. The support staff was able to answer all of my questions in time for this video, so major props to the Overwolf team. Let's get into this Facecheck review. Facecheck is an Overwolf product and is therefore Riot Games compliant and is not a bannable offense. This is a very frequently asked question of mine. I made an entire video on this exact topic where I explain why this is the case. Go check it out so you can understand for yourself. The Facecheck app itself has a lot to offer apart from the game itself. There are 5 tabs on the left side of the app: My Stats, Learn Champs, My Playstyles, Post Game, and Patch Notes. When we look at the My Stats, we can see which champ you want to see. There are a lot of you killed most and killed by most stats, which really doesn't tell you much unless you play a lot, because Samira is on that list because of one game where she dropped like 35 kills because nobody but me built anti-heal till minute like 35. I'm not salty at all. I'm pinging the hell out of it. I'm practically screaming in the chat. Major throw of a game. We should have won in 20 minutes. Okay, gotta get off my soapbox. Below that, there are a bunch of graphs that seem really helpful, but they don't mean shit in comparison. It says I'm an above average Kayn, but this includes every Kayn player in norms, so every high tier and every low tier average. So this really could mean there are a lot more low elo Kayns. These stats mean absolutely butt-kiss without any context to go on. If I were grading for effort, you're doing really well right now, Facecheck. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm grading for quality. Next to that, you can compare with any other champion you have ever played, so check out my Caitlyn stats. Keep in mind, I played Caitlyn when I was first learning the game, so it's pretty clear people suck as Caitlyn because it says I'm above average. And yes, if you thought that was a comment directed at your Caitlyn abilities, then wear the boot because it fits. Nobody has ever accused me of being good at League of Legends, which is why I will be trying out Skill Capped when Season 12 starts. If you are looking to improve at League of Legends, be sure to subscribe so you do not miss the reviews where I'll be able to show you just how much Skill Capped has helped me and if it is worth the investment. On the Learn Champs tab, you can see abilities, build order, skill order, spells. It has classes, positions, tier, average, per rank as well. It also has matchups and dangers, so for Kayn, apparently Singed is the one who knocks. Below that is by far my favorite thing about this app. You can see user-generated tips and submit your own, I assure you. This feature only exists because I have not used it. I am way too much of a troll to not abuse this. There are way too many Kayn going inside misfortune jokes to make. It wouldn't go well, I promise. The My Playstyles tab is pretty cool. You can set your own runes, build order, spells, and bring it all into the game yourself with this app, which is really helpful if you're good at the game. But coming from experience, I think it's much more beneficial to use the runes that a pro uses, because pros actually know what the hell they're doing. I'm still looking for the still numb blue Kayn stats in runes so that I can use that again. Not the point. You can do what you want, it's all up to you, but let me know down below. Do you copy pro runes? Do you use the third-party app suggestions? Or do you make your own? I want to know in the comments right now. The post-game tab only shows the post-game for your most recent game. Unfortunately, I have played this game more, so this post-game is not the background gameplay. Facecheck gives a ton of decent information about income, fighting, and map control, but if you're paying attention, this doesn't really help too much. What really does help is the comparison tab. I really like the power spike tab in comparison along the bottom line where you can see what items people bought at what times. It also shows a ton of categories that line up to see who was superior and when. You can also compare to other champions that you weren't laning against, which is really beneficial in my opinion as well, because you can see when Lux gets a power spike and absolutely starts to dominate this game, for instance. The scoreboard tab just goes to show how each team did against each other, pretty standard like in the League of Legends app itself. The last tab on the left is the most recent patch notes, nice feature, but we're moving on. Let's talk about the game itself. I like the format here where I can click and choose what I want to import, as well as bringing in selected playstyles for whatever champion you select. Personally, I don't need this because I set up the runes the way I want and I'm good with it as is. I did import the Facecheck builds, however. In the game itself, something you will absolutely forget to pull up mid-game, we have several tabs that give you an array of information. There's a predicted jungle path for the opposing jungler. Be careful, this is a prediction and is not going to always be accurate. There's a table comparison which gives some information, but nothing special. It also takes up a ton of space on your screen. It has the same playing tips I mentioned earlier. Good luck having enough time to read about your champion in the game. There's a tab dedicated to CS, Gold, and KDA. While this is great, it is not something you have time to check mid-game, plus you should know where you are in all these regards without much question. The last thing right here that I want to mention is the cards view. This is the whole Facecheck thing that this app goes on and on about. See anything that sets it apart from the other scouting reports from Professor Blitz, Slowwiz, Mobilytics Senpai? Let me know in the comments. If you follow these videos, you've probably seen what all of these look like before, so what are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. I want to know the answer. Is the scouting report worth your time based off of what you see right here, right now? Remember, this is the staple for what Facecheck is. This is what Facecheck does. Facecheck is the scouting report app. This is their staple. This is what makes Facecheck Facecheck. That's what they're named after. Do you think that it's up to snuff? Personally, I don't, because I review these apps and I see everything and anything that these apps can do. I want to know, though, in your own opinion, do you think it's worth it? This is everything that Facecheck has to offer that I have seen. Wait, I forgot. I've got one very important feature. The lag is real with Facecheck. Remember how I keep saying that Overwolf products could slow down your machine? Well, Facecheck single-handedly made me lose a dragon to a Tristana. That's hard to do. It also cost me a few ganks, but I really couldn't attribute the game's loss to missing a few ganks or a dragon. I should have built anti-heal sooner, but every time I hit someone they died, so you know what? Not the point of this video. Sorry. The point that I am trying to make is that Facecheck slowed down my game, and as someone who isn't content without 240 frames per second, that was a bit of a problem for me. Facecheck, in my opinion, is just another average third-party app, and I do not see a reason to use this app over Blitz, Professor, Mobilytics that do not slow down my machine. This app has a lot of information that I can get without having an impact on my gameplay, so I will not be giving my stamp of approval for Facecheck. However, I will be comparing it to all the other apps in a tier list video in the future, so I will have more to talk about for Facecheck. This is not the end. I'm not just going to completely ignore this app forever. I will talk more about it. I will reuse the app. I will see if there's anything I missed, and I will make sure that I'm continuously checking to make sure that there is more to this app than what you see in just this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff so you don't miss it. Given that I am even sick of my own voice at this point, I think this is enough for today's video. If I missed anything, let me know down below. If you found this video helpful, let me know by slapping the like button. If you want to see more content like this in the future, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.